Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some Halloween inspired looks. Today specifically I'm going to be showing you how to do Pippy Longstocking, or Wendy's if you want to be a Wendy's girl, pigtails. So if you've never seen Pippy Longstocking, I will insert a picture. She pretty much has her hair in little pigtails that flip out and stay curled up. And so I thought this would be a really cute look, only because it was one of my favorite movies when I was younger, and a bunch of you voted for it on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, check out below for the link for my Instagram so you guys can also vote on upcoming hair tutorials and videos. So first I'm going to go ahead and jump right in and show you what you need for this style. Okay, so to start off, you are going to need some kind of wire. I specifically chose a hanging wire. This is something you can get at like a Michael's craft store. Any kind of picture framing hanging wire will work. Preferably if you have really thick, heavy hair like mine, you are going to want to make sure you get a thicker one. Mainly because I got this one, it's not very thick. And if I do just one spool, it is not enough. My hair will not curl and bend up with the wire. So I had to get creative and make it thicker. So what I did is I had to braid the wire 4 different strands into this thicker one in order to hold my hair in the pigtail to make the Pippy Longstocking braid. And I will show you how I pretty much did this and how I made it into a thicker wire, just in case you need to do it too. So you will also need some wire pliers in order to cut the wire. And so let me show you how I did that. So first thing you're going to need to do is measure out how long your hair is and how long you're going to need your wire to be. I have seen some people do like a full wire headband and then it goes out into their pigtails, but it just seemed a little too complicated and I didn't want the wire showing. So instead, I just go from where my hair would be in the pigtail, and you want to have at least some of it up into the hairband, so say about that much, and then you measure from there to your hair, and obviously you want to end shorter than when your hair is so that it's not poking through also. And that is how I found the length of the wire that I wanted to use. Using this as a guideline, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out another string of wire for the other side. So just take the wire and then you're going to pull it out to be in the same length. Make sure that they are pulled straight so you get the same length. Make a little note of where that's supposed to be. Just take your wire cutters and then hold down until it snaps. And then you have your first piece of the wire. So it is going to curl up on you. You can try and straighten it out. It gets easier once you do a couple strands. So then you once again are going to take another strand of wire, match it up to that one, pull it down until they match in length, and then make a note, and with your pliers you're going to go ahead and cut again. You're going to do this over 4 times, so you have 4 individual strands. So I'm going to do this another 2 more times, and then I'm going to show you how to wrap them together. Okay, so now that you have 4 individual size pieces, I'm going to show you how you're going to wrap them together. And pretty much it's easiest because these curl up so much that you start with 2. You just want to match them in length like that. And then you're going to start twisting them around each other. So you literally just start twisting them over and over. And I start at the top and then I work my way down and I keep twisting them around and around each other. And this way it's just kind of letting them interlock a little bit, and it makes it a little bit easier instead of trying to do all 4 strands at once. You can attempt to braid this, but I found that this was the easiest way. Now just be careful because the ends sometimes can be a little pointy, and so you want to do that until it's both twisted on each other. And then you're going to start with the 3rd strand, and then I do the same thing with the 3rd strand. I match up the length, I take the 3rd strand and I wrap the 3rd strand around the other 2. And I'm going to do this with the fourth one as well until it makes the full braided strand, 4-strand braid like I did with the first one. And this way it just kind of creates a little bit of a thicker hold for your hair. My hair is very thick, and even when I separate it out into 2 strands, it was way too thick to have the wire hold it up. So this really just helps reinforce it. And now with our last strand, we're gonna do the same thing, match it up, and then twist all the way around, and just keep twisting until all 4 are locked into place. And this doesn't have to be perfect because no one's going to see this part of it because it's going to be hidden in your hair. But it just makes it a little bit easier to braid into your hair once they're all locked together like this. Just keep twisting. Okay, so now you just want to make sure you're pushing all the separations of the wire. Make sure you push them all together so that they don't stick out and they don't poke into your head. Okay. And then you have 2 separate wires for your pigtails. And so they should be around the same length when you straighten them both out for your hair. And now I will show you how to actually do the hairstyle. Okay, so for the hairstyle, you're just going to need a brush, your 2 wires, and then you're going to want 4 of the tiny little elastic Goody. I just use Goody brand because they stretch so much and they always hold my hair perfectly. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start by brushing out your hair and then separating it down the middle all the way through and pulling the hair apart and letting just the hair fall in the part. So for me, I never wear my hair parted straight down the middle, and you can wear it off to one side if you would prefer, but this is just to give you the full look of how her hair normally is. She actually has little bangs as well, but we are not adding in bangs to this style. So I'm just gonna brush out my hair so that there are no kinks, keeping it both separated off to each side. And then what I'm going to do, gather all the hair from the one side, make sure it is all gathered and straight, and then I go to where my ear is, and that's where I want the ponytail to be. Mainly because it helps it stick up a little bit more the higher it is. And then you're going to take one of your clear elastics and put that around your hair as many times as it will go to stay secure. For me, I normally just do the 2. Makes it easier to take it out. And then from here you should have 1 pigtail. Then you're going to take one of your wires, and this is the fun part where it gets a little bit tricky. You're going to want to find like the center of the ponytail so you can stick the wire up into it so that when you're doing the braid, it can hopefully be in the middle strand. So I just kind of separate out the hair, find like the middle of the pony, and then slide it up, but be careful you don't poke your head. So I'm sliding it up and using my other finger up here to feel for where it's at. And then I'm holding the ponytail down so that I can slide it up without breaking any of my hair. And then from there, cover it with the rest of your hair, separate out your hair, and I'm feeling for the wire that's there, and I'm putting it into the middle strand there. So you want to separate it out into regular braids, and you can see the wire there. And then my back strand, so the wire will be in the middle, and then I just braid my hair as usual, making sure the wire stays in the middle strand. And so just regular braiding. It can be a little hard to braid with the wire, just because it doesn't bend obviously with the rest of your hair, so just kind of be aware of that. And then when you get down to the end, keep in mind this wire is like sticking out right here, so you need to be careful. I fold it down, so you can take the wire and you can fold it in if you want, if it's still slightly too large. Take another hair And then you're just going to put that over the end. And then I keep a little loop to hide the wire. And then I feel for where this wire is up here, and it's right here is where it starts, right above the ponytail. And then I just bend until you have your little Pippy Longstocking. Now it helps if you hairspray your hair because it'll help keep it a little bit crunchier and stiffer so that it holds a little bit better. But pretty much this is what the main style will look like. So now I'm going to go over and do the other side and I'll show you guys the final. So here you go. This is the final Pippy Longstocking Wendy's Girl hairstyle. The wire's totally hidden in the braids, so no one would be the wiser, and there is no wire in the back, so it's even better. It's actually really comfortable. You would never really know there's wire in your hair because it's not pushing on your head as long as you have bent it the right way. Thank you so much for everyone who voted on my Instagram. If you aren't following me on Instagram, the link is below. You can go ahead and follow me. I will post in my stories anytime I'm looking for inspiration for new hair tutorials and ask you guys what you want. You're more than welcome to comment below if you like this video, and also if there's any tutorials that you're looking for hair every day or for Halloween or holidays. And don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for some more videos.